Okay, well, pull up a chair, and thanks again for stopping by Shane's Main Shop. You can see I got a couple things in front of me here. This is just another quick video on some old tools, and let me just stop by. So what I have here, I'll actually unclamp it so you can see here. This is a saw vise. I picked this thing up a long time ago. I haven't really used it too much, but this kind of saw, I don't know if you can do circular saws. Just I have never tried, but you might end up, catching a tooth in here. But certainly a saw like this, you would slide the saw in here. It's got one little lever here that clamps in place, holds it there. Then you would turn around and sharpen it. One is to actually have your file and sharpen it, and I'm not going to do that with this. This saw is pretty darn sharp right now, so I'm not going to mess with it. But you'd have your file, and you'd actually go through your teeth and sharpen it. And then when you were done, you have to set your teeth. Remember, when you're sawing, if the cut path is the same width as your saw itself, then it's going to be binding all the time as you're trying to cut. If you ever have like an older saw that you're having trouble with it, it's probably because your teeth are not set. That's one thing that could do it. Because if you look closely at a saw, the teeth on it, they're not just in a straight path right down the line and sharpened. They're sharpened, but then they're set. They're offset back and forth. And in this particular case, well, I guess they're all the same height. Sometimes there's a height difference as well, but they're offset. So the path of the cut is slightly wider than the thickness of the steel of the saw itself. So there's room for this to follow behind the cut. And to do that, it's done with a saw set. So it's kind of a two old tool video. You get the vise here, a saw vise, which I'll show you a little bit more on that in a minute. There's also adjustments to the saw vise. You can loosen this up and tip the angle on it. But here I have a saw set itself. And this is a device that's used to set the angle of your teeth back and forth. This one here it's an E.C. Stearns & Company, Syracuse, New York, made in USA. So I have no idea how old this is, but the box itself is kind of like that dense cardboard, and it has metal corners to it that are kind of punched into it to hold the corners. It's got the little finger holes. This is a number 795B pistol grip saw set. And let's just take a look at it. There's no instructions or anything in here, but I have never really used one of these too much. But what it is you take a look at it, and it would, if you put it on the saw, it will actually tip the teeth back and forth. You probably really can't see that, but right inside there's a little thing that comes forward and will actually do that. And be able to tip your teeth. So you go down, this will sit on the saw. Again, I want to be careful because this saw is in good shape. So it sits on here, you make your adjustment. There's an adjustment screw here for the angle you want, how much it's going to be tipped in or out. And then once you have it in place, you go ahead and squeeze that trigger right here, and then it's going to push that pin forward. You might see it from there. You know, if you can see that or not. But right inside there's a pin that goes forward and pushes that tooth one way or the other. And you would actually go down through this tooth by tooth, and then the other side, and that would set your teeth. So, and if you do it correctly, your saw will cut straight, not one way or the other, because if you don't get them right, your saw will tend to want to curve through the wood. And it won't bind up as much either, because you have a path that's cut ahead of you, the metal of the saw. Again, if you like, please like, comment, ask questions. I don't know a lot about it. If anybody knows anything more about this or the vise itself, please leave a comment. Again, thanks for stopping by. Please like the video if you like it, comment, share it, and swing by Shane's Main Shop again. Thanks again.